Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Bahashim Rakha Hakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M, Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh to the best of their ability. This is Yah Hanan the Waf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is for educational purposes only. I'm gonna play this video, and it's at Mr. D's Clips. So, just like I said again, it's for educational purposes only. And as you can see, this is a clip from divorce court, right? It says, "See the reason they got married," which is kind of bugged out, and that's the reason why I'm actually doing this lesson. But it's, edification can come out of it, because America, the so-called white man, and during slavery, a lot of our people get marriage from the so-called white man. What our people think to be marriage, the ring, the white dress, the expensive wedding, maid of honor, all this different stuff, all these colors, they got to pick out the flowers, they got to have this big ass cake, are we going to invite 20 people or 200 people, or where's the honeymoon going to be, all this good little stuff like that. All that shit is American made. And there's nowhere in the scriptures where you're going to find some man saying, "Now I pronounce you man and wife. You may now kiss the bride." With some little kid walking up, with the ring on a pillow or some shit, or some little so-called Snow White girl, sprinkling flowers and shit. None of that stuff is in the scriptures, man. That is not the way marriage is constituted. It has nothing to do with the scriptures. Marriage in America is a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker. And once you get the so-called white man involved, that third party, the government, he's gonna get his cut. It's a moneymaker. Because when you really realize it, I don't care if you just going to just, to stand before a judge, and get married. You're gonna have to pay for the license. As a matter of fact, now that I'm saying that, I just seen an article yesterday or the day before that the marriage license here in where I'm at in Michigan here, they just went up from $20 to like $200, some shit like that. But anyway, I'm just thinking, I seen that like, man, these people crazy. But it's a moneymaker. Because when the divorce goes down, first off, most of these people be in debt. The woman, she'll be in debt. She's got college student loan debt. The man, he'll be in debt. They go into the relationship in debt. Then when you marry somebody, you actually take on the debt that they had, and it just don't make no damn sense. You get divorced, you got to split, and that person takes half of everything that you work for. They could have came into the relationship with nothing but the clothes on their back, and they can leave with half of your shit. Never work for nothing, take the kids, have you on child support, and it's really bad on the male side. It just is what it is, man. The women have it made, and the men get the shittier end of it. But it's just not the way that marriage was like, in the ancient days, and it's not in the Bible. It's not scriptural, and the shit that these pastors be doing, man, is actually demonic, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's play the video.
He got a job. He was working for a church. The church found out that we were not legally married. Supposedly they came to him and told him we needed to get married or he would lose his job.
Now, what kind of church would tell you that? How would they be in his business to the point of knowing that he's not supposedly legally married to this woman? And their version of legally married is you have to have the so-called white man's permission, his certificate, his marriage license. See? That shit is not in the scriptures. There's nowhere in the scriptures where, you know what I'm saying, you have to have the so-called white man's wedding piece of paper or whatever. That shit is not scriptural. Getting on bended knee, asking some woman or begging some woman to marry you while you present her with a ring where she can possibly embarrass the shit out of you by saying no in front of a crowd of whoever you set it up in front of. That stuff is just not scriptural, man. But anyway, here you go. You got a church supposedly telling this man that, and actually they gave him an ultimatum. You had to get married to this woman or you lose your job at the church. He should have hightailed, man. He should have skated. But anyway, let's play the rest.
It's 4 days. It was that Friday, by the end of that Friday, for us to...
Let me back it up.
He was working for a church. The church found out that we were not legally married. Supposedly they came to him and told him we needed to get married or he would lose his job. He has 4 days, it was that Friday, by the end of that Friday, for us to get married and have a marriage license or lose his job. Well, Your Honor, I had been taking care of everything financially. I was finally being able to breathe a little bit. I sure didn't want him to lose the job, so we agreed that we would go ahead and get married. I asked him, I said, go and make sure we can do it September 18th at least, because that's our day. That was 2.5 weeks away. That Friday, that supposed deadline came and went. He never asked for September 18th. He never got it approved. Nobody came and said you done lost your job. So basically, 2.5 weeks, I'm still getting married in Vegas. You know what? You over there talking. John, I can show you better than...
Anyway, okay, so you get the point there. Let me just grab a couple of scriptures here. Because like I said, again, that's not scriptural. You know what I'm saying? That is not scriptural. Actually, that is that's wicked, man. Because the scriptures actually talks about, well, like I said again, America has told people that you have to come and get married the way that the so-called white man tells you to get married. And it's just not in the Bible. You're not gonna find that shit nowhere. Anyway, let's get our forefather Isaac, when he, got with our foremother, Rebecca, right? Let me see where to start at here. Now, this situation goes off into Abraham's, sent his servant to find, Isaac a wife. He didn't want to marry, a Canaanite or whatever. And, the story goes on where the servant went to the land where our people, Abraham's, his people was from. The place where basically he left when the Lord told him to, go forth and leave his father's house, so to speak. So he had relatives back there. So he sends the servant to go and get one of, the daughters of Abraham's people. And so, they go through the whole hookup. They come back, and this is the situation. Check it out. So they're on their way back, right? Let me see here. Let me start at verse 63. It says, in Isaac, because he was sad about his mom passing away, Sarah. It says, and Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. So they're coming back from, this place where the servant went. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes. And when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. So she quickly got off the camel, right? For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. And Isaac brought, check it out. Here's the marriage right here. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah. And she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. See, he took her right into the tent. What do you think they done when he took her into the tent? What do you think? Matter of fact, let's get this word tuck. Let's see what this word tuck goes into. He took her off in there, man, and he got down with her. And she became his wife. That word is laqua in the Hebrew, H3947. Yep, there you go. To take, get, fetch, lay hold of, seize. Seize. And you know what? Another lesson though, because the apostles always go off into that word, because they be talking about the grape doctrine, but the word grape, and I'm saying grape, but minus the G. It basically goes into seizing someone or taking something by, somewhat of by force, so to speak, or ravishing. And that's what he done to her, man. It says to take, get, fetch, lay hold of. So he laid hold of her, of course. Seize, he seized her. Receive, acquire, buy, bring, marry. See? There go the word right there, marry. Take a wife, snatch, take away. We don't even need to go no further. So that word tuck, it means that he married her. He took her into that tent. He got down with her, and that was it. He didn't get on bended knee and say, well, hey, will you marry me? You know, he didn't say, well, hey, hold up, let me go and dig through some of my mother's things and see if I can find a ring. You see? He didn't go and rile up everybody like, you know, hey, come on, hey, well, you know, we're about to have a wedding and this, and this. Now, was there a celebration afterwards? Could have been. Could have been a huge party. Because, you know, Isaac had it like that. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man, they had, you know, hey, they was pretty wealthy, man. I'm sure they probably had, you know, drinks and probably, you know, brought one of the fatted cows in or whatever. But the point that I wanted to make on this is that they didn't go to the Canaanites or to the Philistines or anybody and say, hey, you know, I would like to marry this woman. We need a license. You see what I'm saying? And matter of fact, in this particular video, they was talking about some goddamn going to Vegas. Now, matter of fact, think about going to Vegas, right? It's all manner of motherfuckers in Vegas that's performing marriages. So you can go and have you can get married at a goddamn circus, man. And a damn clown in a clown suit with the red nose on can say, nah, I pronounce you man and wife. Here you go. Now you're married because a clown says you're married. It don't make no sense, man. Nothing that this man, see, the so-called white man, everything that he does, it goes against the scriptures, man. And then his whole system is set up where this lady, she can divorce you, take half of your shit, and she never worked in her life. You done worked for everything that you have. You done constructed a beautiful business. You got 300 employees. You know what I'm saying? This, and this. Now, and mind you, she can want to leave because really, in reality, we're not supposed to put away a wife unless she commits adultery. You know? Now, if she takes off and want to go on her own, that's on her. You know, but overall, a man is not supposed to put away his wife unless it's for adultery. You can't just be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm tired of, I'm just tired of her ass. Let me just, no. There was a lot more order back in the ancient days, man. But in America, and not just America, it's, the so-called white man, wherever he's ruling at, he has set it up where this woman, she can go and have sex with whoever she wants to. She can legally go and commit adultery on her husband and still take the children and half of his shit. So why would you go and sign your name? Because basically that's what you're agreeing to. When you sign your paper, when you sign in that paperwork, when you sign your name on the dotted line, you might as well be by your, just fuck that. Hey, look, you gonna be with me? Be with me. I don't need the so-called white man in my business telling me that I got to give you half of my shit in case you want to bounce. No. When you ready to bounce, you bounce. You just go ahead and do it and take what you came with. You're not getting half of my stuff. And then at the same time, too, you had to be careful about these children, man. Being with these women, man, and producing children with their asses here in the Americas. But anyway, let's get another account. Now, this account I wanted to get out of the Apocrypha with Tobit. This just came by the Spirit. Now, if you're familiar with the story Tobit, this is in the Apocrypha, 1611 King James Bible, if you have one. Okay, so let me just give a little brief summary of what was going on. So Tobit was going, his father, Tobias, Salakia. Tobias is the son, Salakia. Tobit sent Tobias to basically go and get some money that was owed to him from, a time back before. And, he wanted him to go and find a man to go with him, someone that was experienced with the travel, so to speak. So, the situation was this particular person was an angel. So the angel, you know what I'm saying, goes on this trip with him. And then, the angel have a talk with him about there's this woman he's about to meet, which is his cousin. Basically, I think it's like his first cousin. You know, this is his cousin. Now, in the ancient days, this was just lawful. It was lawful. Today, people would look at you married your cousin? Hey, look, that was a common thing. But the so-called white man, again, you know what I'm saying? He comes through and disrupts things and tell you how disgusting things are when his ass, you know, he has on his books by law that it's legal to sleep with an animal. Bestiality is legal in America, but he's telling you that you can't be with a second or third cousin or whatever the case may be. You know, but that was lawful back in the days. I think even a first cousin, you know. But anyway, this particular daughter, she supposedly, 7 men tried to marry her, but, you know, supposedly they died the night of the marriage, so to speak, or a demon, supposedly, that was jealous, you know, killed off these men before they could actually lay with her, right? So now he gets there, but the situation is, let me just get to the point, right? Let's just check out how quick this thing happened. Now he's on a trip. He's just getting there, right? Let's start at verse, let me just start from the top on this verse. Tobit chapter 7, verse 1. And when they were come, now this is Tobias and the angel, and when they were come to Ecbatana, they came to the house of Raguel, and Sarah met them. And after that they had saluted one another, she brought them into the house. Then said Raguel to Edna his wife, how like is this young man to Tobit my cousin? And Raguel asked them, from whence are you, brethren? To whom they said, we are the sons of Naphtali, which are captives in Nineveh. So they were, you know, he's from the tribe of Naphtali. Then he said to them, do ye know Tobit, our kinsman? And they said, we know him. Then said he is in good health. And they said, he is both alive and in good health. And Tobias said, he is my father. Right? Then Raguel leaped up and kissed him and wept and blessed him and said unto him, thou art the son of an honest and good man. But when he had heard that Tobit was blind, because Tobit was blind, but he's going to be healed in this hookup too. But it says he was sorrowful and wept. Now we're getting to the point. And likewise, Edna, his wife, and Sarah, his daughter, wept. Moreover, they entertained them cheerfully. And after that, they had killed a ram of the flock. They set store of meat on the table. Then said Tobias to Raphael, brother Azarias, now this is the angel he's speaking to, speak of those things of which thou didst talk in the way, and let this business be dispatched. So he's talking about, the angel was explaining to him that, hey, you know, hey, you're going to go here. You're going to get a wife here. You see? Now, this is how quick this didn't happen. Check it out. He says, so he communicated the matter with Raguel. So he's telling the dad. And Raguel said to Tobias, eat and drink and make merry. Check it out. Verse 10. For it is meet that thou shouldest marry my daughter. Nevertheless, I will declare unto thee the truth. I have given my daughter in marriage to 7 men who died that night. They came in unto her. Nevertheless, for the present be married. But Tobias said, I will eat nothing here till we agree and swear one to another. Raguel said, then take her from henceforth according to the manner, for thou art her cousin, and she is thine, and the merciful God give you good success in all things. Then he called his daughter Sarah, and she came to her father, and he took her by the hand and gave her to wife to Tobias, saying, behold, take her after the law of Moses, and lead her away to thy father, and be blessed. That quick. Now he did write a note. He did write a note though. It says, and called Edna his wife and took paper and did write an instrument of covenants and sealed it. Then they began to eat. After Raguel called his wife Edna and said unto his sister, prepare another chamber and bring her in thither. See? Which when she had done as he had bidden her, She brought her thither, and she wept, and she received the tears of her daughter, and said unto her, Be of good comfort, my daughter. The Lord of heaven and earth give thee joy, for this thy sorrow. Be of good comfort, my daughter. So it was that simple. They set up a bed chamber and everything right on the spot. Now, like I said, he did write down some things of command let me see how he worded it, of covenants, instrument of covenants. So he wrote something out, but this is not going off into the so-called white man's, you got to come and see us, you get a marriage license and, and now I pronounce you man and wife, and everything that you have is hers and everything that she has is yours. And in reality, it doesn't land real good for the man in America. It's just not a good situation to go through this man's court systems and get married. Now, when it comes to these covenants right here, because when you go further on into this story, the father-in-law had said that, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think he gave Tobias half of what he already had, and then told him that, you know what I'm saying, once he died, he would get the rest of his father-in-law's inheritance. See? So there was a difference back then, man. Things were done decently and in order. Not like, you know what I'm saying, here you go, some goddamn church. You work at the church. How they even, a church don't even, these type of churches, man, they don't even have no business even knowing none of your business like that. Only way they could have known that is he was there running his mouth. And then how they even know that they was even having sex or anything? Because what you trying to tell, you trying to say a man can't work at a church and have a significant other and they're not even doing anything. Let's just say they wasn't having sex at all. They just met or whatever. So he must have been in there probably running his mouth. Well, yeah, we live together, whatever, this, that, and the third. But hey, look, man, sex constitutes marriage. I just gave two situations where you don't see nothing American about those marriages. They came together, they went into the bed chambers, they had sex, and that was it, man. Cherries was popped, and that was it, right? So I just wanted to just touch on this for a hot sec. I was just looking at that like, man, what the, huh? Y'all in divorce court over? This is the reason, this is how y'all got so-called married the white man's way? I said, it's retarded, bro. That's retarded. Matter of fact, let's play it back again before I get out of here, man. That is retarded as hell. Let me see, where was we at?
He finally got a job. He was working for a church. The church found out that we were not legally married. Supposedly they came to him and told him we needed to get married or he would lose his job. He has 4 days, it was that Friday, by the end of that Friday, for us to get married and have a marriage license or lose his job. Well, Your Honor, I had been taking care of everything financially. I was finally being able to breathe a little bit. I sure didn't want him to lose the job. So we agreed that we would go ahead and get married. I asked him, I said, go and make sure we can do it September 18th at least, because that's our day.
I mean, you get the point. I'm just looking at the fact that, the church told him that he was going, and he should have just bounced from there. What the fuck that's the only job, cuz, that you could have found? How the church, I mean, come on, bro. But hey, it's people out here that live like that, man. It's people out here that really, they go to these Christian churches, they believe in so-called white Jesus, and they follow every single thing that flies out of the pastor's mouth and don't even know the scriptures. Because I'm telling you, nowhere in the scriptures are you going to find where some pastor is standing, Pastor Pork Chop, and then they're having a catfish dinner, pork chop sandwiches and shit being served, ham hocks all in the greens, abominable foods. Pastor telling you that it's okay to eat any damn thing. Just breaking all the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh H.I.M, and he's going to stand there and tell you, now I pronounce you man and wife. So what happened with Eve and Adam and Eve? What was the pastor in that situation? You see? I'm telling you, you're not going to, oh, well, that's, it's just custom. Nah, man, them goddamn customs has got a lot of people destroyed on this planet, man, trying to live in behind the so-called white man. As a matter of fact, let me grab this too. I might have to grab two of them real quick. Salakia. Oh, Salak. Let's go to not Nehemiah. I want to get Jeremiah. Salakia. Jeremiah chapter 10, I'm going to start from the top, verse 1. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel, which are you so-called blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the house of Israel. You are the children of Israel. These other heathen nations, you don't have to, fuck their customs, man. It says, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. That shit is vain. That's a vain custom. What's the use in you going out spending all that money that a person normally would spend on a goddamn marriage, and then they divorce within a year anyway? Why would you even get married to somebody that's 10, 15, 20,000, 30, 40,000 dollars in debt? You should have all those things together before you even do some shit like this. I mean, before you do, if you're going to do Esau's marriage, I mean, hey, is it any, biblically, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess, if you're going to do it, but it's not the way that it's supposed to be done. You know, it's not biblical. You don't have to do it that way. Now, some people, they do it because, and it's really, simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might be on your wife's insurance, or she might be on your insurance as far as a job, little shit like that, like it's not, because I mean, hell, if that's, you can go get insurance somewhere else. It's, insurance is not that much these days, a couple of dollars a month, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or what I don't get. I mean, you get what I'm saying. Some people may not want to come out of pocket like that because you're going to spend a little bit of money. But to just marry somebody because you want to put them on your insurance, and, look, I've heard all kinds of little silly ass stories. But the customs of the people are vain. Esau Edom's customs are vain. His marriage custom is vain as hell, which means that it's useless, man. It's absolutely useless. Well, let me get one more. Let's get this Micah 2 and 10 real quick. Because you got to just cut it out, man, and save yourself a damn headache. You trying to do what the so-called white man has designed, you're going to destroy yourself, because it's meant to destroy you. The so-called white man is not set up to be righteous, man. That marriage shit that he done set up, that shit not righteous. And people getting divorced like crazy now. Everybody, they running into these churches, they having these extravagant weddings and shit, spent all that goddamn money, and then these people are getting divorced, man. The divorce rate is through the roof, and especially amongst the women. The women be the first one, the very first problem that pops up. They want to get a damn divorce. Because men, I would have to say men are actually too goddamn lazy to even go through through the process of even starting a divorce process. And niggas just like, man, fuck it, man. Straight up, man. Micah 2 and 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. See? You have to come up out of the mindset of America. Come up out of the mindset of the so-called white man, because all that shit is destructive. He's telling you that you need this kind of house, this kind of car. You got to drink 8 glasses of water a day to be all right in your body. You got to have 8 hours of sleep. This motherfucker's telling you, he's running your life. Why don't you can't think for yourself? You better off thinking for your damn self. But see, we go with the scriptures, man. It's best to follow these law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He has given us the blueprint as to how to live and how to, be successful on this planet. We're going to go through things, you know what I'm saying? But trust me, when you into these scriptures, you're going to have a lot less heartache than a person that's not. I'll put it that way. That's for damn sure. So, I just wanted to just touch on that, man. Because you can see how silly this place is. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala.